Welcome to my presentation for Plan the Project. For the past module, I've been looking at the pollution found in our world's beautiful ocean caused by us. Due to the lack of recycling and increase in dumping as the world produces more than it can discard of, it all ends up in the ocean. I wanted to investigate this process and how this cycle of creating and throwing away occurs and how it can be broken. I decided to start small. Small islands across the globe have issues with their waste disposal as they are small and often do not have space for a landfill. Since they are small, it's easier to investigate the what, when, why, where, who, and how the waste ends up in the ocean. To start on small touristic islands is an ideal place because usually they do not have the funds to recycle as it costs too much. Therefore, another creative solution needs to be found. I want to investigate what measures are already being taken and how their methods can be improved or even implement other methods. This particular topic really speaks to me as I am a fanatic scuba diver and I am seeking to gain my dive master and to be able to teach others about the aquatic life. What really saddens me on my dives is that I always find plastic floating around or other non-biodegradable wrecks of products. This of course in turn damages the reefs as well as eradicate fish species due to the dumping of waste. For this reason, I want to research into the way an island functions regarding their disposal and see what the local community needs to do in order to move towards a more circular environment. Therefore, my research question is, what is the effect of improper disposal of waste on small islands and their surrounding ecosystem, and how can circular economy be implemented into the daily lives of the local people to improve their living conditions as well as the environments? Many countries are having problems with proper disposal of waste. Often it's too expensive to treat the waste in a plant and eventually it ends up in a landfill or in the ocean. I found that smaller countries can pose the perfect example for larger countries on how to dispose of their waste or make good use of it. Since islands are small and they're easy to monitor, and also they have no choice. They have the trash and either it goes into the ocean or it remains on the tiny land, so they need to dispose of their waste properly. I find that this can be a starting point for setting an example for larger countries on how to dispose of your waste in the most efficient manner there is. Since I wasn't able to get in touch with any companies that were interested in what I wanted to do, I decided to look at companies or communities who are in need of my help and do want it. This is where I found volunteering organizations. Working Abroad is one, and Blue Ventures, for example. I've been in touch with them and they were interested in supporting me with my research and eager to provide me in any data I needed. This is a great advantage for me because this means there's already a base for me to look at, and I will be adding on top of that base my own research. Activities I want to conduct are coastal flora, coastal flora and fauna surveys, coastal and underwater cleaning, as well as documenting what I find and how it ends up in the ocean. Also, I would want to conduct a small project at the local school and have the children come up with ideas for other possible uses of trash in the cleanups. I have 3 options which include exactly the same program that I want to follow. They are just in different countries, and the next step will be to look at which island or land would be best for me to go and do my research. My first choice was Madagascar, second choice was Mauritius, and third choice was Dania and Spain. For sorry, for each of these countries or islands, I found a cost estimation of what I would approximately be spending. My maximum budget would be 3,000 euros. All these costs that I've listed in the presentation demonstrate a place to stay as well as food and the flight. The most expensive being Madagascar, so I might have to look at that again. And one more thing, the stakeholders are really important to my project. So the stakeholders of my project are the ecosystems of the island and how they can benefit from my research. The marine conservation program, as I will be doing additional research to that of the volunteer program, which might be interesting to them, and they've already replied in various emails saying that they will be able to support me. The volunteering community is my base and my support, as well as my tutor Laura, who I will be Skyping on a regular basis and updating her on any changes have been made or anything I've found. And finally, the local community. I want to bring circular economy to their attention and make them aware of what waste is doing to their beautiful underwater gardens, especially if tourism is their main source of income, that they need to preserve it, as well as make sure the tourists are aware and careful not to pollute. Thank you for your attention. I hope you enjoyed my presentation.